Go live.
Welcome to the Whitetail Advantage Podcast with your host, Brett Bovin. Thank you for tuning in and enjoy the show.
How's it going, everyone?
What's going on, ladies?
What's happening? I appreciate that.
No worries, no worries.
No intro. We're just going to run into it. It's episode 157. It's June 10th. It's the American month, not the other fucking demon month shit.
That's right.
Fuck yeah, it is. I do want to ask a question, though. I got a question for y'all. We're going to do at least this, though.
All right, let's hear it.
Is water wet?
What? Sure.
Is water wet?
Water is water, man.
Is water wet?
Water can be wet. Water can be frozen. Water can be vaporized.
No. Is water wet?
Yes.
Simple question. Yes.
By definition, yeah.
Okay, Hunter, what do you say?
I'm gonna say yeah, but I don't know.
You
In
can't
fact,
be.
it's a question. I'm not sure. I don't know.
No, water's not wet.
Why not?
Because water, getting something wet is the act of getting something wet.
Okay, I have one for you now. You ready?
What?
How many holes does a straw have?
One.
But wouldn't you say two? Because there's one on each end.
Well, it
No,
starts
'cause
at one
one
end and
continuous
finishes at
thing.
the other. Yeah.
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 It's
That
one
was a
continuous.
big thing. We had a discussion about that at my household not too long ago. So,
Why the fuck would anyone say it's two?
because people are idiots. How many genders are there? The same people that say more than one are the same people that say a straw has two holes.
There's
I thought-
5.
I think there's 5 genders.
Plus 2. That's 7.
No, I think we're up to
LMNOP plus 2.
Odyssey says water isn't wet.
Well, damn.
I'd say water's wet because I don't know.
Water's water. Anyways, Hunter, welcome to the Whitetail Advantage Podcast, where we currently
Yeah.
discuss water and all
Yeah.
its elements.
Your last
appreciate
time
that.
being on this show.
Yeah, exactly, right? Goddamn science lessons here.
Yeah, that's Alabama education. There's no problem with that. I promise.
Oh man, well, you have 3 Michigan guys on tonight. Usually the
Oh.
New Yorker would be like the
Oh yeah,
Guys,
where is Turd Herder at?
Turd Ferguson. He's out in the woods watching it up.
Baby Yeti.
All right.
I
Yeah,
gave him the
Baby
night
Yeti.
off. I gave him the night
did he?
off. Yeah. Even though
Hey.
I'm not like the boss or anything around here, but I gave him the night off. Figured he deserved it with his old
Nice.
age.
Yeah.
Yeah, I figured he
Yeah,
deserved
he's
it.
all super old.
Yeah.
Well, he's only what, 52?
I don't know how old he is. 54 maybe.
I thought he was 56.
I thought
I'm
I
gonna-
was. I know I'm older, but I thought it was more than like a couple years.
Either way, he still looks ugly. Hunter, tell us a little about yourself, man.
Oh, you good? I'm from deep South Alabama, Citronelle. Got a sporting goods store called River Legend Outfitters. I started it probably 4 years ago now, and it's took off and done pretty well for us.
That's good.
Hunt here, hunt Central Illinois. Big into alligator hunting. That's a lottery system down here. It ain't like swamp people. That's cheating. We can't bait or nothing like that. So it's treble hooks and archery only. So that's my end game. I'd give up every other hunt if I was guaranteed personal tags. I just put it like that. But I would I'd rather not deer hunt, but I'm good at it, so I just keep doing it.
Archery hunt and alligator.
I
That
would
is
love
like-
to do that, dude. That's like one of
now
my
on the
dreams.
top of
But
my bucket
I
list.
want to do a Nile croc with a bow.
This is the first year that they've opened for out-of-staters. So I'll send y'all
Really?
a link and put in. You get pulled, just come get in the boat.
Oh, dude, you got it, brother. I will be there.
Dude, I would love to alligator.
Wait, you
hunt.
couldn't do it before? Out-of-staters couldn't do it before?
Say it one more time.
Out-of-staters couldn't come down there to hunt alligator before?
You could come hunt, but you could not have a tag in your own name. You could not have a personal tag.
So you'd have to go with like an outfitter or something.
Oh,
to do it.
okay.
Well, I mean, there is no like outfitters that actually do it. I mean, there's a few people that charge, but you got a select handful of groups down here that just used to. I didn't have, a decent job with good money. I'd ask for fuel money just to take people. But other than that, we just have people come get in the boat and go.
Dude,
I'm going to take a second.
I'm so freaking doing that.
I'll send it to y'all when we get done.
We used to go down to Gainesville, Florida for the national ASA shoots every year in February. And that was one of the things me and my two buddies, when we went, we tried to go alligator hunting. But nobody down there would take us alligator hunting. But down there, it was like a nuisance then. Like you could just get like a stamp and a tag or something like that, and you could just go hog wild.
Yes. So the last year, I've been in Central Florida, pretty close to the St. Johns River. I built 7.5 miles of high fence for them boys, and got an outfitter started for them. They're called Double Bar B Outfitters. Jam up Osceola turkey hunting, and then they had exotics and whitetail and all, kind of helped them get that program going. But that's what we would do as far as building. We had to get the right permits for alligators and all, and then the nuisance hunters that would go and trap those gators. They don't make a lot of money on the state, but we would pay those nuisance hunters to actually come stock gators. Just so you'd have them on that property. It was a 4,500 acre property.
Holy.
That way you got them. Somebody had a secondary hunt. You tag out the first day, bought a 3-day hunt. I can pimp a gator hunt to you or something like that.
Now, can you archery hunt them in Florida?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Yeah, bow fishing is legal.
But
yeah, I feel like that's where
Alabama's closer.
Well, Alabama, so they've been very, very strict on their laws and rules and everything. They just give us about 50 more miles of river. If there's a world record killed, it'll be this year next. If there's a new one killed, they opened up about 50 more miles of the Tom Bigby River. It'll be the first time it's ever been hunted. Now open to out-of-staters. They give us a third weekend instead of only 2 weekends to hunt. I mean, it's going to be lights out.
Wow. Probably run into a lot of bull sharks up there too, I imagine.
You got to get way, way south. Now you get around.
Are they farther?
Yes. You get in that brackish water, lower end of the Delta, they'll catch them a little bit. I have seen them as far up as McIntosh on like trot lines. Not personally, but some of them older gentlemen will catch them on trot lines and stuff like that. But it's not as much as you think.
Man,
Odyssey is attempting.
Crazy. Like, I mean, we hunt up here and we fish up here, but to have like alligators and bull sharks like, in the water, that's just fun right there to me. And it sounds like it anyways.
Dude, alligator hunting with a bow is just ridiculously sick.
You're hunting dinosaurs with a bow.
A freaking skull.
And
a Euro mount alligator would just be bad fucking ass. you know,
with an arrow through it.
And then so you bow fishing, just kind of get a point on him. Then you take your deep sea rod or whatever with your treble hooks and get in him, and then it's about an hour fight to actually get him up because you have to kill him with a shotgun or a bang stick. He's got to be secured to your boat. They do that to keep you from shooting them in open water. It's like deep sea fishing, but if you fall in, you die. It's a great twist.
Yeah, pretty much, right? Yeah.
Yeah. If that's not motivation enough to get it under the boat.
So you got a rope tied to your ass so you don't fall in.
Ain't no doubt.
I had a guest on from Alabama last year, and I'm trying to remember his name. I'm drawing a blank, but he sent me a picture. I think he runs an outfitter down there as well, and he sent me the picture after the fact of this giant alligator that was taken, and the thing was freaking humongous. And I'm trying to remember his name. I'm drawing a blank right now.
The world records from down here, 15.9. 1,011 pounds off Alabama River.
Almost 16 feet. Yep.
Miss Mandy Stokes. Actually, the podcast I do with our guy that runs Native Scent, Zach knew we interviewed her. Hadn't released it yet because, I mean, we've got 12, 15 episodes that we don't know how to edit, nothing like that. But if I can ever get it figured out, that's going to be a jam-up show.
Do you know Morgan Gwynn? He's from
Not right off.
Arkansas. He runs I believe it's CUS outfit or something like that in Arkansas, and that's where he took the giant monster alligator that I'm talking about. His buck there was just humongous out of Arkansas. So I guess what I'm trying to get with this is, I feel like Florida kind of made hunting alligators a little more popularized, because it just seemed like you have a lot more room, wiggle room, whatever you want to call it, to hunt down there. And Arkansas, Alabama seems to be a little more strict. And it sounds like this year they're finally opening it up. If someone was to come, now let's not be biased towards Alabama, but if you could say, if you want to go hunt on some alligators and you want to make sure that you get close to like a giant world record type alligator, where would you send them?
With me.
With you. Southwest or west central zones. So that put the west central is the Millers Ferry region, Dallas County, Wilcox counties on the Alabama River, and then it runs almost to Montgomery. And then this is the first year I was talking about. The new zone that they've opened is toward Demopolis and the west side of Alabama on the upper part of the Tom Bigby. And man, it's never been hunted, not legally at least. So they're there.
You mentioned though that you would much rather be hunting alligators than whitetails.
I'm burnt out. I've tagged year after year after year. I don't know why. It's something from being a kid going dog hunting with my dad, and I missed several good bucks, and I've never let myself live that down. So I'm still, those deer from 15 years ago, deer now are paying for that out of just spite. I'm still killing. I can't get over it. So still hunting.
Did you guys have any problems with EHD? Because we had it bad last year for us.
Yeah, we got hit hard here.
That's just initials down here, because we don't even know what that means. I mean, I know what it means, but I'm saying we've
right on.
I mean, we really hadn't run into that. I think they've tried to throw 2 CWD cases around on some part of the state, but as far as the only disease we got down here is outlaws, part of them. So that's it.
What's that disease called? Shit.
CWD.
No,
Blue tongue.
it's some weird name, and there was a case last year or the year before where it transferred from whitetail deer to 2 hunters down there. I'm drawing a blank of what the name was.
You're not talking about that lung one.
I could be. I'm drawing a blank.
We
on
had
the
it
name.
here too.
But this was like the first one in a long time, and it was it happened down in like Alabama, Arkansas type region, and I can't remember what the name of it was.
Was that tuberculosis that's
the bovine tuberculosis?
Yeah.
That one, I think.
Yep.
It was the first case that transferred from whitetail deer to humans.
I think that they figured that they ate it when it wasn't fully cooked.
Yeah. I don't know.
But that's how I eat my meat anyways. You know, if it ain't bleeding, it ain't done.
Yeah, we're all telling it.
We all know how you like your meat there, Dave.
That's right. On the road, on the stick.
We had 3 that the outfitter in Florida. I just got back. I've been back in Alabama full time since January, but we had 3 die blue tongue in Florida last year.
Oh, the blue tongue, really?
Yes, sir.
Wow.
Yeah, that's basically what the blue tongue is up here. We had like hundreds just die of it within like a square mile, and it was just bad. We got hit hard, and I know I have a buddy up the road, basically right near Johnny, where Johnny hunts, and he saw like 60 to 100 deer within a square mile, just dead. Yeah. It was terrible. It killed, and we had the problem of EHD back in like 2010 to 2012 range, and then we were finally recovering from it, in our opinion, of great, and then bam, it hit 10 times harder than it did back then. Like, it got so bad that you can smell dead deer miles away.
Good night.
Yeah, it was just atrocious. And now you got deer this year.
It was abnormally hot and dry too, which was part of the problem.
Yep.
Yeah, we Michigan winter up here, you'd think, oh, it's Michigan winters up there. They must suck ass, and it's really cold and shit like that. Last couple of years, it's been fairly warm.
I think
Not
this
an-
year is the only real winter we've had in a while where I
Yeah.
consider it where we had a lot of snow that stuck.
And
You
I'm
know.
surprised you don't really hear more of that down south.
And man, they could be dying of it more, but it's so thick down here compared to where y'all are at.
Mhm.
The woods are thick everywhere. We've got, I hunt Pike County, Illinois too, so I kind of know about the terrain there. You don't have just all kind of fields you can drive by and see deer dead if there is a disease. Unless someone kills one sick, you don't know about it. I mean, coyotes are thick, woods are thick.
Mhm.
It's a total different ball game.
I want to ask you about your business that you run. How did that come about? It. What exactly do you do with it, and how is it managing? Because that type of job must be very taxing on yourself. And I know you're a family man, you're a Christian man, so I know that must take a lot on you personally and your family. So what's that? Let's just start off somewhere. Just throw a dart somewhere and let's see how it goes.
Yeah, meeting people at midnight for a bag of corn where I make $1 has really been getting me by. But hey, you gotta build a customer base somehow. That's really how I started. So just always loving hunting coming up. I mean, I tried at one point in time to buy another sporting goods store that was in town down here. Didn't work out. Starting my own would be the best route to go. And I kind of got it going, took off well. I was still working at a steel mill at the time. And then it's funny, it being June, they put up a big gay pride flag that we had to drive under to go to work in the mill. And
Oh my God.
Really?
that just don't work for me. I took that son of a gun down. Well,
I was going to say.
if I'm working being productive for you to fly that son of a gun, I'm enabling you to fly it, and I ain't gonna do it. So I took it down. They fired me, but man, that was the biggest blessing of it all because it drove so much business to that store. It was just awesome. So got my name out there, and then just pretty much been growing from there. Kind of got to a point, stuff was getting a little tight, expanding the business, and then I had that opportunity in Florida come up to build some tents down there and get another actual outfitter started for them guys. So took a year off, went down there, and now I'm back. So I'm selling boats now, running an outfitter now. My dad actually manages the store whenever I do the purchasing and stuff like that. And then also doing my stuff in Illinois, so we're wide open.
That's cool.
Man, that's awesome.
What exactly are you doing with the outfitters? Like, if someone wants to come there, what are they going to get? What are they looking for?
What are your services you're offering?
Yeah.
So I've actually got a lot of boys from Central Illinois that are coming with me. I got all them putting in for gator tags too. But as far as Illinois, I'm doing just 3-day, 3-night simple stuff. I mean, it ain't nothing extravagant. I'm in Pike County, right there near Pittsfield.
Well, you're in a good county.
It ain't cheap to get ground. I do know that.
No, it's not.
Yeah, you gonna pay if you gonna play. I've done figured that ball game out. But we tried public up there, not as an outfitter, but we tried public last year, about an hour and a half north of Pittsfield, and man, seen some jam up deer. Just a lot of pressure on them pieces up there.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, but no, as far as actually selling hunts and stuff, I don't have a website or nothing. I've always done just Facebook business or personal references. This isn't no Whitetail Heaven Outfitters or nothing where I've got 10,000 clients through the years. I don't believe in putting pressure on deer like that. If you're gonna hunt and be successful, you got to keep pressure out, keep clients low.
Yep.
How often? What is your price ranges?
Man, $1,500.
Oh man,
That seems great.
Look, I keep my lights on at home, and I like seeing people kill deer. I'm not trying to get rich, man. I'm trying to kill junk.
I love it. I mean, you got people out there that honestly, I have my feelings about outfitters because you get at least the ones that are out there charging like $10,000 a fucking night.
No,
and I'm just you're killing hunting, in my opinion, in that regard, because you're taking up so much land. At least, what was it, Dave? Cabela's at the time, now Bass Pro owns it, but they bought up a shit ton of property up in Pike County, and they just take up these huge areas and they have it privatized, and now there's less places for people to go public land hunt. And there's still a lot of land out there. I get that, but I'm just saying, I don't know.
Yeah. They're playing to where the money's at.
Yeah. Because then they know, well,
people will
can't
pay
go-
$20 or 20 grand for a 180, 200-inch deer.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yes, they will. I mean, look at what they, at Legends,
Oh yeah.
up north of me by our cottage, you're going to pay that for a buck. You're going to pay 15, 20 grand for a world-class buck.
But it's nice to see where you are doing it to where you're also trying to put food on your table through the business side of it all, but you're mainly trying to help people shoot deer. And I think that's really awesome to see and hear.
Yeah.
Because like I said, you have these bigger outfitter type places out there, and it's just like they own thousands and thousands of acres and they'll charge X amount, huge dollars just to come hunt there. And I think that's bullshit, man.
Yeah, and that's my biggest thing, man. And I'm still trying to grow the name, grow the brand, but you can't see people as a dollar sign. You got to be all things to all people. I mean, if you will actually connect with somebody, have a memorable hunt, be personable with them, you don't see them as customer 5865. You remember their name. Remember, man, I put him in a stand he didn't like last year. I'm gonna do something different. That's what matters. They remember that and they come back.
Damn.
Now,
so was that a 3-day, 7-day hunt? What do you?
3 day, 3 night.
Oh,
Yeah.
That's pretty good.
Yeah, it is.
I mean, that's driving distance from here.
Now, y'all meet me this year. I'll be up there. We'll just go hunt. I'll tell you, I use it as an excuse for me to go. And I'm like, you know what? I paid her land note with this hunt.
Does your wife fall for that?
She has no choice.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, she has no choice.
I tell this all the time. I told my wife on our very first date, this was what you're gonna get if you want to continue dating me or move forward past the first date. I watch college football on Saturdays in the fall, and Sunday through Friday, I'm out in the fucking tree stand. So you're not gonna see me October through December. She goes, all right, I can get on board with that. So luckily she was used to it with her dad and her brother, and she kind of grew up in that family type lifestyle of outdoors and hunting and fishing. So she already kind of knew that, but I told her, like, no, I'm different. I'm different. She goes, all right.
Yeah. And I got lucky because I married into it. Like her dad was a big into hunting.
I'm sorry.
I didn't have to try to make up the excuse to go hunting. It was.
You said her. You met him, right?
My wife is a female.
That's tough.
She identifies as?
Right?
Okay.
She was born a female and she's still one.
She's female. She just identifies as single now.
Yeah.
Yeah. She might. She ain't home yet from her mom, so who knows?
Yeah, once they're apart, she identifies as single.
Yeah.
Nah, I'm just messing with you.
Yeah, but you was talking about, her being able to handle me going as much around high school. I'm 26 now. So probably 10 years ago, I killed 3 bucks, just boom, 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 opening week. And I had one buddy, and this one friend has been the reason many deers died. He said, man, you'll never have a better year than this. And that eat me alive. I said, you're wrong about that. Every year I've had a better year. Finally, I've let it go. I called him a couple months ago. I said, bro, I'm burnt out. I said, I proved a point. We're good. Like, don't worry about it no more.
Let me ask you this, Hunter, then. What are you doing down there to be successful to put some whitetail deer? It sounds like you're doing something great because you got to the point where it's just like cupcake, basically.
You're going to feed. You're going to feed.
Feed?
Feed, low pressure. And I have nothing wrong. Deer dog hunting is real big in South Alabama. People still use deer dogs, and you can kill really good deer with deer dogs, but you cannot raise deer with deer dogs. It's the biggest thing. They're shooting anything with fork and horns, but also the deer that is fully nocturnal, you think they can still get him up, run him, and kill him if you don't slip your dogs. But I'll go on 2 or 3 drives a year and try to get lucky. But I've killed a few decent deer, no giants dog hunting. But take those areas with pressure like that and just use that to your advantage. Let them put all the pressure. You feed heavy, make a sanctuary of your own, and you run that son of a gun.
There's a comment here from Daniel. I like this motherfucker southern drawl. I mean, don't get me wrong, you're not the only one. No, I hear more and more deer hunting with dogs, but it seems like it's more of a southeast type deal.
Yeah,
because you don't really hear that up here in Michigan.
No, up here in Michigan, I remember growing up, and you'd have a dog that would chase deer, and then the neighbor or someone would shoot that dog because they're like, nope. Once they start chasing deer, they can't. Like, we can't have them around. So I know a lot of people that had their dogs killed, or they would shoot them for that. I've never agreed with that at all, but
you can shoot the owners.
Exactly.
I mean, you can clearly tell that's a dog. I mean, the fact that you have to, like, I don't know, but yeah, like it just seems like a more of a southern thing. Am I wrong, Hunter?
No, you're right. I know the Carolinas are real big in it. Carolinas and Georgia, and then I think pretty much us and Mississippi is about all that's left. Florida's real big on it. When I was down there with them boys, they hunt all that big Ocala National Forest, but man, they're heavy deer dog hunters.
Daniel asked, "What kind of dogs would you use?"
Walkers and beagles are the biggest thing you see down here.
Okay. Kind of like the same type of dogs you use for mountain lion hunting.
Or rabbit hunting.
Yeah, rabbit.
We use beagles.
Beagles are good for about anything.
Beagles are bad jokers.
They're the Rambo of dogs.
Absolutely.
Them little short-legged jokers are so funny to me, but they'll burn something up.
Yes, they will. They can get into any crack and hole that no other dog can get in.
Ain't no doubt.
And it's weird. It's a beagle. I mean, don't get me wrong. I love all dogs, but you have a beagle, and my favorite dog's the German Shepherd. So I don't know. Like, wouldn't you want the like scary looking motherfucker going out there and chasing these things down? But these beagles are just out there just killing it.
Dude, those beagles, they're amazing. We had them growing up. I love them.
They're just natural born hunting dogs.
Yeah, here's your rule. If it's got floppy ears, you can about train him to make a deer dog.
Yeah. Oh, absolutely. Yeah. So my dog. Oh, go ahead, Hunter. I'm sorry.
I'm sorry. I know we're big on. You talking about rabbit hunting? We do that after deer season ends. We'll rabbit hunt. We got about a month and a half. We got a bunch of boys with beagles, and then competition coon hunting's real big down here too. I used to competition coon hunt heavy.
Yeah, they do it up here by me too.
Yeah, and we do crow hunts up here too quite a bit. Yeah. Well, I know we have a little store. Well, it's actually called the Little Store. They used to do a crow contest. So every year you go out and shoot a crow, and the biggest crow wins, and there's usually a pot. It's pretty cool. Well, Brett's all tarted up.
That's all right. We don't like him anyways.
Yeah,
that's right.
Yeah, it's awfully quiet now.
A lot
I
more
know,
peaceful.
right?
Yeah. So then you limit your hunts, which I think is really smart because, like you said, you're not pressuring the herd really bad. So what do you typically in a year for how many hunters do you usually bring in a year?
So I do put mine first. I try to kill my deer.
I would too.
I'm picky on that. And then as far as that, and I'll tell you what's fun to me too is tag teaming deer. Like you sit there, get on feed or something like that, and then you know a deer's using a trail. You know there's a good crossing. I'll put somebody on that feed, and I'll go sit there crossing or vice versa, just something like that. As long as I put them in a better win situation. I mean, as far as Alabama, I don't really sell hunts in Alabama. I take buddies and like going. And it worked to our advantage this year. We picked up a new lease and we killed.
Oh, really? Oh, yes, nice.
Sir.
Hold on, Dave. Handle it. I gotta step out real quick.
Yeah. Uh-oh.
Fucking jeez.
You want to dial up still?
I paid for this $100 a month for the best internet fiber optic stuff, and yet from time to time my internet just like randomly goes, "No, fuck you, you're gone." And I can't stand it. So I apologize for that.
No, you're good.
I don't know where we missed out though. So
nothing special.
There was I had to find it. Dave, I don't know if you can see it, but there was a question from Dan.
Oh yeah, he was no, you guys don't use any blue ticks, and Dan used to run blue tocks and black and tans with his grandpa when they used to hunt.
Yeah, they hunt with them down here. Yeah. The majority of what you see is Walker and Beagle. Now they definitely use them.
Yeah,
there's just majority of them are Walkers that you see.
Okay.
Gotcha.
My dad had a cur and red bone cross.
Oh wow!
He was lights out.
Wow. Man, I think the closest thing I had to that was a blue heeler.
All right, the internet's still fucking with me. I'm getting tired of this shit.
You look like you're.
I know it's like I'm glitching. I'm tired of this thing, man.
You need a Wi-Fi booster on it. You probably get just a bad signal.
I've got
there.
great Wi-Fi. That's the problem, and it's pissing me off. And nobody say anything, but I guarantee you, my wife's got like 5 things running up on Wi-Fi right now upstairs. That's probably the reason why. And I told her, like, I just need it for Sunday and Tuesdays. Don't fuck with my internet shit.
Yeah, I bet all the kids are on tablets and phones and just.
Yep, that was probably pissing me off even more.
The Xbox is gaming up.
Hunter, what's your archery setup though? I want to know that. Or what type of? Are you more primarily archery hunting, gun hunting, rifle hunting?
Do it all.
Majority of it, it's a mixed bag, man. Majority of it's going to be rifle hunting down here, just especially shooting long patches, roads, stuff like that. But I was on Matthews. I had a V3 that was set up pretty clean. I'm swapping to PSC. I'm actually a dealer for them at my store. And then I forgot what exact bow it was, but that is the best let off that I have ever felt on a bow. Compared to that Matthews is day and night. So I'm going to get me a PSC rig this year. So
you're going to get the Mach 30 or 33?
I got my brother.
With the EC2 cam?
I rigged him a Mach 30. And then I've got the one I ended up keeping. I can't remember the name of it. It's a knock-on edition where it's got them knock-on cams and everything.
Oh, yeah. Levitate?
Man, don't make me lie. I'll send it to you, but don't make me lie.
Well, don't send me your bow.
No, I'll tell you what I got. So compare setup.
Yeah, I picked up the Omen last year, so
that's what it is.
Yep, the Omen went. You got the E2 cam?
Yes, sir.
Yep, that's the one I got.
Yep, that's it. It's like that doggone like Nat Gear riser with green limbs. It's sharp.
Yep.
I went to when did I go there? I went to the PSC archery school that was taught by that Olympic archery coach. I can't remember his name right now, but it was a 3 to 5 day schooling. And you went down there and you got like certificates, and he taught you how to shoot the bow and correct form and how to press the bow and just basically be a tuner and a technician on the bow. And he taught you a lot. And he said that PSC actually came out, and I actually met the owner of PSC. What's his name?
Pete Shepley.
Yep, I met Pete. He's an awesome dude.
Yeah, he is.
And he said that the bows that we were working on, he said that PSC was the first one to do something with their cams that everyone else started copying them. And I can't remember exactly what the fuck it was.
Is it they changed the grooving on their cams. They got deeper grooves on the cams, so the strings.
It could be that, but I know that they had like little holes throughout the cam, so you could manipulate the draw length. I think it was.
Oh yeah, the cam without having to use a module.
That's what it was.
Without having to adjust or replace modules.
Yeah, they were the first one to do it, and then everyone else started copying them.
Yep.
Yeah. So no, I think PSC is great. Actually, my first bow was a Martin Jaguar. And it was actually growing up, it was a PSC something. And then my first hunting bow was a Martin Jaguar. Yeah. PSC has always been the bomb. I mean, look at John Dudley. He was shooting for, I think it was Hoyt, and then he switched over to PSC.
When the Mach series, the Mach carbons came out, he jumped on just like everybody else.
And them carbons are light.
Yeah, and they're the only carbon mows made in the U.S. Everybody else is out of the country.
See, I don't like light bows, though. I like bows with a little bit of mass to them.
You're good on that. That V3 had a little weight to it, which I love shooting. That was a solid shooting bow. It was the let off for me that really swapped me over on that. And I ain't no bow tech or mechanic. I sub all my junk out. As far as a product, man, I'd rather pay you a little bit more money, hand me something I know it work every time I touch it. So as far as getting into the technicalities, I'd be lying if I told you, because I'm out on that.
Well, I just like my Phase 4. That thing's heavy, but I also have a 12-inch bar in the front, and I got a 10-inch bar in the back, and it's pretty heavy. But I like a little bit of heaviness to my bow because I look at it like this. If you have a light bow, and let's just say you're shooting out to 40, 50 yards, let's just say 50 yards. And then you got that light bow. And if you're not really practicing archery proficient, you're going to be constantly moving. And let's just say your heart rate's just at a bare, just regular. You're still naturally going to be moving. Right. But then at least with that heartbeat, with that heavy bow, you're just going to be kind of sitting there.
Yeah. You just can't hold it as long as you could a light bow. Yeah.
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 I feel like though, and let's say you put into a real scenario where your heart is beating out of your chest and you can't control it. So you naturally on that light bow, oh shit, I can't fucking hold it still. Granted, everyone's got their preference though. That's just mine personally. And that's just how I look at things. And that's what we like to do here is everyone's got their own perspectives on it and see listen to what I say, listen to what Dave says, Hunter says, and try each one out and see what works best for you. For me personally, I like that little bit more of a mass to it. But now it seems like with Matthews coming out with the lift and now the lift X, it's just there's light and fast.
Yep.
I still think
I like the longer axles. I think they're more forgiving.
I think that's what needs to be paid on more attention to the most, because you have that sharp V, that back wall. It's like where it's like that V shaped compared to that nice smooth U shaped. I think that needs to be focused on the most. Because when I was practicing with the lift, when I was drawing back, as soon as you get close to that back wall, you could really feel it sink in. And you had to give it that little extra pull just to sink it in. Now, when I practiced the phase 4, it was just an easy, just smooth draw back right there.
Let's see, that's like the E2 cam. That's like their aggressive, like fast cam.
Yeah.
And if you just look at it, you're just like, man, this thing's gonna draw like a freaking tank. It's just gonna be bad. And I sort of, when I first saw it, and I'm like, 360 feet per second. Oh, that's gonna suck. Like the old X-Force. And the Monster, when the Matthews had the Monster, drawing them things back, man, oh my God. I mean, they ramped up right now. I mean, there was no smooth and then hard. It was hard and then a big giant drop-off valley.
Yeah.
That E2 cam is smooth as hell. I wish, man, I like that cam a lot. And you have you shot yours with the E2 yet?
Because I hadn't even rigged it.
Oh, dude.
It's a bare bow right now. What resting all did you go with on yours?
I have been a trophy taker guy for like my entire life. I love trophy taker. Never had a problem. I went with the SmackDown Pro. I actually shot trophy taker when I shot competitive archery. And then I switched to the lizard tongue because all the pros were shooting lizard tongues. But I just love the SmackDown Pro is what I have. And then I run I've been a CBE guy forever since the original couple had CBE and before they sold out, basically retired. And I got the 2V Pro. So it's a micro adjustable. I go a 1-pin, but you can do a 2-pin vertical. Mine's horizontal. But I like that. Yep.
10-4.
Yeah, you'll like that bow. You'll be shocked how accurate and forgiving it is for only having 5.5 inches of brace.
I shot my brother's Mach 30, and it's because it's unreal. So I'm fired up for it.
Michael, I see your messages. I'm not just going to interrupt these guys and just say, hey, guys. Michael's saying, what's up, fuckers? He's saying hello.
Oh, my God.
Just, you know what? Next time he says hello, I'm just going to interrupt everyone and say, ho.
Hi, Michael.
Michael says hello. He made it on. Here, we'll do this. There you go. You've got a pin now on the show, Michael.
Wow. He's a minor cussing. He's a young kid from New York, too, just so you know.
Gosh, that's just so inappropriate.
But he's a young kid that's really into hunting. And
he kind of looks up to us like we're his heroes. I mean, I don't know.
I don't know if we're heroes or anything, but I mean, we're probably not the guys you should be role modeling after, but he's a good kid.
Yeah.
And we kind of look out for him.
Good deal.
He's a good kid. Even though every time he asks, I'm waiting for him to ask you if you've had possum yet.
No, that's out.
No. He can't ask that question.
I had an NDA to sign before I got on this show, but no, that's out. There's way too many other things you can eat. To me, now I know some of them jokers that will eat that mess. I'm out.
No, I'm not. I just have no desire to try it.
I know what a backstrap tastes like. And it ain't worth.
That's what I'm. Why go downhill when you can stay uphill?
Fact. If it ain't broke, don't fix it.
Exactly. Right.
Yeah, I don't feel like eating.
Yeah.
I'm not against eating ass, but I'm not going to eat food ass. Okay. So there's a difference.
I've heard several farmers talk about finding cows and stuff dead in pastures and going and checking them, and they'll kick the belly of that cow, and you wouldn't believe how many times they want to say a possum will run out of the inside.
Run out of it. Yep.
That is so messed up.
That is a nasty individual.
That's why I don't want. If I eat somebody no.
Yeah.
It's a scavenger. It's like eating a vulture.
I would say that's the buzzard on legs.
Yeah, much. Exactly. You're eating a buzzard. Like, why would you want to do that when there's so other tasty animals out there? So you mentioned you have a family and you got kids too, I take it.
Yes, sir. I got 2 little boys, little baby boys. I think they're 1 and 2, 1.5, 2.5. I don't know. They're out to get me. They're wide open. I love it, man.
Yeah, I got a 4 and a 2-year-old, and man, they are just rambunctious and crazy, and they can move. And if I could just take 1% of their energy and apply it to my own self, I would fucking love it.
That's what I was finna say, because if I could just have a quarter of it, I could get so much more done. But it's a blessing, man. It's a headache, but it is a blessing.
It is a blessing. Yeah. Especially if they're healthy, it's a blessing.
Yes.
As much as, because I look at it like this with kids, I always wanted kids growing up. I mean, when I got older and I started getting a little bit older in my life and career and stuff like that, I'm like, I can't wait to have kids. Now I have kids, they're young, and I get stressed fairly easy to an extent, and they stress me out by far quick as shit. And now, but I'm at a point now with my daughter, at least at 4 years old, she always wants me to pick her up, and I'm always willing to pick her up. But I feel like now I'm at a point where it's like, no, you need to kind of like detach type deal. It's hard to play that type of game of like, I want to pick you up, but you also need to start learning to do things more on your own type deal. And she has me so much wrapped around her finger. It's not even funny. And I had a point I was going to go with that, but I can't remember exactly what it was, because they can just stress you out so freaking easy. But I look at it like the moment I like say no, or I don't want to, or anything like that, I look at it like 20 years down the road where she's not going to want to text me anymore or like talk to me. And I'm like, I'm going to miss out on that time where she's like, Daddy, can you pick me up? I think about that moment when in the future of that moment.
Yeah.
But
and it gets me.
That won't happen.
No, you know what I'm saying, trying to say though.
Yeah,
like
I know what you're saying.
Yeah.
I mean, hell, I can't get my kids out of my house.
Shit, I was that way. I was saving money, racking up time.
I can't give my one a hard time. He just got done out of the Marines and he signed up for college. So.
Oh, shoot, yeah.
But my other one just graduated high school and he works with me now. So they're going to be getting a place together soon.
Good deal.
Yeah.
Hunter, I got one question for you. I want to ask you at least a couple fucking words, man. I swear to God.
It's hard. I understand. I don't know. Michigan education and Alabama are probably similar. So there's no judgment.
We might be a step behind you.
Yeah.
We're good. We're good.
We might be a step behind you.
How do you plan on introducing your kids kind of like the outdoors and hunting and trying not to force it on them as they get older? Because you don't want to be that parent. It's like, you're going to hunting and you're going to like it type deal.
There ain't no doubt.
You want to let it grow organically, right?
Right.
How do you plan on doing that?
So I took River. I mean, I've already took River with me and sat, knowing good and well we would see nothing. Just loud talking. You can't do it with an expectation to kill anything or see anything. You have to do it just because it was passed to you. You pass it to them. Take them, let them look, shout, see whatever. We ended up killing a deer first time ever too. I was absolutely shocked. We killed a big doe. I mean, it was just anyway. That's the biggest thing. It down here. I mean, not to be cornering up, but it should be in their blood because they're already pointing at mounts, deer, fake guns, shooting all. I mean, it's we raise killers.
Yep. Yeah, I did the same thing. They went with me. There was no expectation, just like you said, because I knew the amount of ADHD that was about to kick in after about 5 minutes.
Yeah, they got
but
some
I will
kind
tell
of schism.
you, the second year I took my second oldest, we killed the doe too. But he tried to shoot it with his BB gun before I shot it with my gun. But I let him bring the little Red Riders with him. Whatever. We sit up in the box blind, and like you said, now it's like they're hooked. It was like, when can I go? When can I get some? I want camouflage. 2 and 3 year old running around with grunt calls and camo and stuff. Throwing antlers around the house.
Yeah, and that's the biggest thing, I think. Just make it natural for them. Give them grunt calls to play with. Let them see you with deer, see you with turkeys.
Yep.
I mean, if it comes natural, it comes natural. If it don't, I'm not going to force it. I mean, they won't live with me, but I ain't going to force it on.
Yeah.
But
yeah.
Hunter, one last question before we wrap it up with a rapid fire segment. What would be, Michael's got a question. Brett, just curious, did the package get sent out or no, not yet? No, not yet, Michael. I'm still working on that. There's a reason why. What he's referring to is his birthday present from myself and the team. So
happy birthday.
It's a present that we're working on for you. So give us a little time with that, Michael. Don't worry. I'm also not a millionaire, so I'll say this funny story real quick though before I ask the last question. So I bought like a $400 water park slide thing for my kids, and we got done playing outside. We come back in the house, and I turn on these YouTube videos that they like to watch, and this guy has this like giant one that you would like rent out for like X amount of dollars but to buy one it's like 20 to 40 grand. And she goes, Daddy, buy that one. That one looks bigger and a lot more fun.
Yeah.
I'm like, sweetheart, that's like $20,000. I don't have that type of money. If I need to get that type of money, I need to go work the corner.
Yeah, I got to sell Mom's Prius.
Yeah, it gets better. She goes, without a hesitation, she goes, well, Daddy, go work the corner then. And then I just look at her and I start laughing. She goes, Daddy, go work the corner.
Get there
she's
now.
4. She's 4 years old and she's saying that to me. Oh my God.
Not knowing what the true intentions of working the corner really means.
Right.
Exactly.
And she's going to burn you on it when she turns probably 16.
Yeah. Yep. Hunter, now the last question. For anyone that wants to come to Alabama to hunt, what would be one thing that they should really like pay attention to, or it's like studying and preparing and stuff like that?
Diverse terrain down here. Say down south where I'm at, especially if they were hunting, like if they were on a public mission or public trip or something like that. You've got the Delta down here that's huge. Only issue with the Delta, it floods out heavy, especially during the best part of deer season. Half everything's underwater. Now, if you can find a ridge, 40 acres is the legal amount of land that you have to be on to hunt.
Oh.
If you can find a ridge, you can kill a buck, but you're going to work for him down south. Now, get towards central Alabama, North Alabama, there's a lot more hills in Alabama than people realize. It's not super flat down here, man. It's
really? Okay.
So, some pretty tough canyons and stuff here. At least for a fat man. I have had my best luck hunting, which I didn't really always called it hunting parallel wind, but crosswinds is what my buddy ended up telling me. But I've had a lot of luck hunting crosswinds down here. Public, you can't feed down here. A lot of pressure. Just be ready to outwalk the next man because you're going to get deep. Michael Perry would be a great one for y'all to get on the show. He killed the state record muzzleloader buck down here. Me and him have become friends through the years.
Oh, nice.
And now he is a public genius. He's got a book. He is a public land genius for Alabama.
I'll have to get in contact information for him to have him come on the
Yeah,
show.
I'll send you his number.
Perfect.
That's cool.
Before we get to the rapid fire questions, Dave, Michael's got something to say here. He goes, Dave, I heard Brett is spending the money to spend all of us on a hunting trip anywhere we want to go. It's because of that. It's that corner working money, man. I just banked up a shit ton of money.
Well, if that's the case, we're going to Alabama.
Start that OnlyFans and get you down here.
Yeah, Grinder. That Grinder account.
I sell a lot of great feet pick too. Don't worry.
Well, I told my wife, said, you trending high on OnlyFans right now. I know I have one. I said, don't worry about it.
You need some new toenail polish, baby.
I'm selling that on my own. Don't worry.
Yeah, that's right.
He doesn't know it yet.
Yeah, you don't know it yet. You're doing really
Where'd that
good.
extra $100,000 come from, honey? Oh, don't you worry about it.
I know you had a new truck. Don't worry about it. Corn and rice bran sales are doing really good right now at the store.
It's up with gold.
Yeah, sold a few extra hunts.
All right, rapid fire segment here. Let me get the questions here. Oh, lost them. What is an animal on your bucket list you want to hunt?
Moose. Definite moose.
Mm-hmm.
What is an animal you want to try eating?
Anywhere in the world.
Caribou.
I heard it's
Ooh.
awesome.
A lot of people say caribou. That's one of the top 5.
I just feel like that's a lean meat. Imagine that backstrap, that long wheelbase backstrap
Big
on that
backstrap.
animal. That's got to be immaculate.
Yeah.
I heard it's just, unbelievable.
What is the top state that you want to try hunting?
Don't say Michigan, okay?
Yeah,
No, I'm in Illinois now. I guess Texas. I've never hunted Texas. Total different breed of deer down there. That's something. That's definitely on the bucket list.
Nice.
Mm-hmm.
If you could pick anybody, family or non-family member, to go on a hunting trip with or share a campfire with one time, who would that person be?
Michael Whitetail.
Ooh, yeah.
That's the American. That's the people's champ right there.
Yeah.
I think you're the first person to actually say Michael Waddell.
Yeah.
The value, I watched him little bitty to now, and just the values that he stands for, the American man. If it's legal, why are you jealous over another man? How can one man tell another man how he should hunt when it's his God-given right? I mean, I'm firm on that. I mean, he's right, and I'm glad he's been the voice for that.
Yeah, I agree.
100% agree with that. Last question here. What do you think we as fellow hunters could or should do to improve the hunting community as a whole?
Eliminate the jealousy. That's what's got to happen. You got to learn to be happy for other people, man. Deer don't have names on their dog on a collar with your name on it. Just because you took a picture of him, that's a wild animal. Everybody needs to start, not to be cheesing up, but you got to love everybody, man. Stop being jealous. Be supportive. Somebody out hunts you, they out hunted you.
Yep.
Move on. Make yourself better.
Yep. Yeah, exactly.
I 100% agree with that. Well, Hunter, thank you so much, man, for coming on the show. We greatly appreciate it. For anyone that wants to reach out to you, follow along your journey, how can they do that, man?
TikTok is getting big. We're at 1.3 million likes on TikTok. So
wow.
At River Legend on TikTok, and then Facebook is River Legend Outfitters.
Wow.
Awesome.
Damn. Dave, what about you, buddy?
Oh, boy. I'm a PSC Mobile Hunter. I'm on Facebook, Instagram, YouTube. Just look me up. If not, I don't care.
No sleep will be lost either way.
Yeah, I know. I'm just
appreciate the follow if it comes.
He's like, I don't give a shit.
No.
I love it. Well, guys, thank you so much, man, for coming on the show, guys. I hope you have a great rest of your night.
Yeah, you too.
Yes,
yeah,
sir.
thanks, Hunter.
Y'all have a good one.
Oh, man. Thank you, Hunter, though, again, for coming on the show. Dave, you're basically required to come on the show, at least on Tuesdays. Well, everyone, that's going to conclude another episode of the Whitetail Advantage Podcast. For myself and everyone on the team, we want to say thank you so much for tuning in for tonight's show, and thank you for gathering around. the electronic campfire with us today. Now, if the show made you laugh, made you think, gave you new perspective, please hit that like and subscribe button. If you listen to this on the audio version, please give us that 5-star rating. Also, give us your feedback in either platform. Let us know what you want more from us, how we can improve. We're always finding ways to do that we can do better. The audio versions of our podcast do get released every Monday and Wednesday at 5 a.m. Eastern Time. If you want to be a guest on our live show, or you want myself, anyone in specific from the team, or everyone from Whitetail Advantage to be a guest on your podcast show, enter our website, whitetailadvantage.com, and submit your request through there. I will also say this, a little 10-ring news. Do not forget, next Monday, an episode will not be released because we are not doing a live show next Sunday because of being Father's Day weekend. I also want to take a second and say thank you to all the companies we teamed up with, XOP, Rec, Magnus, and Boadex. Make sure you go check them out. Last but not least, end this outro right here already. Put your cord in the slot machine. Help share the show. Help grow the show. Thank you to everyone, all the OGs out there that have been doing it. And we'll see everyone next Tuesday. Have a great night, everyone.
Thank you for tuning in to another episode of the Whitetail Advantage Podcast. We hope you enjoyed the show, and we will see you next time.